Hello everybody, John 12 back here again with another video, and I'm here to give you my personal thoughts on some very sad news for all comic book fans and Batman fans particularly out there. First off, let's start off with the obvious is Yvonne Craig has passed away, unfortunately. As you all may or may not know, she was a mega star who starred in multiple movies and television shows, but majority of us comic book people would recognize her for her appearance as Barbara Gordon / Batgirl in the Batman 60s television Adam West series. And of course, she died, unfortunately, I think earlier this week on Monday. She succumbed to breast cancer and has unfortunately died. And I just wanted to give my personal thoughts on that because even though we like to look down on the 60s Batman series for its campiness and its untrue, faithful quality to the Batman universe, when you go back and think about it, Yvonne Craig is a very important part about the Batman legacy, because if it weren't for Yvonne Craig's defining portrayal as Barbara Gordon, and because of the 60s show working so closely with DC Comics, the Batgirl Barbara Gordon character would never exist. So we would not have the awesome character of Barbara / Batgirl / Oracle that we have today. So Yvonne Craig, even though the character of Barbara has been portrayed multiple times since the 60s, I always enjoyed Yvonne Craig's performance as Barbara Gordon. I always felt like she defined the character and pretty much made the template for what the character is in the comic books to come. I mean, of course, before that we had Batwoman, but, she was obviously trump card with Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, just with a much more interesting plot and obviously a much more interesting character and how she developed in becoming Oracle in future comic book series. It was just awesome. But overall, Yvonne Craig, I always enjoyed, because every time I looked at her, I always felt and saw like incredible, amazing, very beautiful 60s actress. And Barbara, her performance and her look and her design for Barbara Gordon Batgirl always defined the character for me, specifically comparing especially to other performances, not including animation and cartoons wise, but just in comparison to multiple other medias, whether it be from Birds of Prey or in possible Titans and DC Extended Universes. We don't know yet, but overall, we've seen the character multiple times, and Yvonne Craig definitely defined the character. And if it weren't for her and the 60s Batman TV series, we would not have Barbara Gordon Batgirl in the comic books today. So overall, I just wanted to make this quick little rest in peace dedication video to her, because as you all know, I'm a hardcore Batman fan, and I have a huge appreciation and love for the Bat family and anybody who's been associated with it, and definitely gave love and dedication to the characters they portrayed, and Yvonne Craig did an amazing job for it. And of course, if you want to continue and follow the story of Yvonne Craig, you can of course check out her 2000 memoirs from ballet to the Batcave and beyond, which of course is dedicated to her dancing years to becoming associated with the third season of the Batman 60s TV show, and of course onward. And of course, if you want to associate more with yourself with donating to the Angels Clinic Foundation, which essentially is specific financial support to help allow patient care and cancer research that will help thrive the Research Institute of the Angelus Clinic. And of course, if you want to know more about that, you can go to the AngelusClinicFoundation.org/donate, and to obviously find more about their overall program. But overall, Yvonne Craig, rest in peace. You were amazing as Batgirl, and I can't wait to see other actresses, amazing actresses, portray the character that you defined as a template. But overall, moving off of that, there's also some other unfortunate news that really intrigued me in the beginning of this week. I wasn't going to discuss it, but seeing as how the whole Yvonne Craig thing happened, I decided just to talk about it real quick as an add-along with this video. And that's, of course, Lenny B. Robinson. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's essentially the Route 29 Batman. If you remember a while back ago. He was a viral sensation as the Lamborghini Batman who got pulled over by cops, and he drove around in this really awesome Lamborghini. But for those of you who don't know about the story of Robinson, essentially he was a 50-year-old, very rich guy who just drove around in Lamborghinis and dressed up as Batman and spent over thousands of dollars on Batman-related merchandise, and he visited children in hospitals and essentially just gave them gifts and told them stories as the character of Batman, and just, really shared joy as the character of Batman to hospitalized children. And unfortunately, he died a couple days ago in a car accident. His car, I guess, his Lamborghini got stuck or screwed, dropped out on him, and of course a Toyota unfortunately struck his car, and of course, unfortunately hit him as a cause of it, and he died pretty much instantly, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. So unfortunately, this is also a Lenny B. Robinson rest in peace dedication video. I just wanted to sit here and just dedicate this video to them, because even though they weren't associated with the, amazing cinematic universes of comic book superhero genre movies we know today, whether it be Marvel and DC cinematic universes or extended universes, they did awesome stuff as the characters of Batman and Batgirl. Yvonne Craig obviously defined the character of Batgirl, and of course, if it wasn't for her portrayal of Batgirl, we would never have that in the comic books. And of course, Lenny B. Robinson, of course, gave a lot of joy and hope as the character of Batman to a lot of hospitalized children. Just a very, very honorable act that I just really appreciate and really respect. And I just wanted to dedicate this video to those two wonderful people, and hopefully they're in better places from now. But overall, I just wanted to share this video with you, get your personal thoughts on the whole tragic events in the comment section below, if you will. But overall, comment below, let me know what you personally think about these unfortunate acts and what your personal thoughts on them as a whole overall. Of course, at the end of the day, this has been John 12.